Here we have a 2016 on a 66 registration Temsa MD9 Lux 34 seat PSVAR compliant executive midi coach. Vehicle is currently with Yellowway Coaches down in Oldham, and as with everything we advertise for Yellowway, is always very well presented. No bodywork issues whatsoever. We've got the lockers open on this side today because we've got too much going on the other side, but obviously that's the cassette for the wheelchair lift, but you've still got a little amount of luggage space. Obviously a quarter of what luggage you would have is taken up by the lift. There's nothing we can do about that, but still, you know, you have got underfloor luggage storage. Under the bonnet we have Euro 6 Cummins engine, 280 brake horsepower. That is driven through ZF Ecolife fully automatic gearbox. Reverse cameras also fitted, no issues again body wise at the rear. We have a near side rear power operated door, and believe it or not, this has been known to put people off. I'll tell you in a sec. We have a hot drinks facility here, A&D fitment obviously, just sits neatly on the top of the steps behind the rear seat. But yeah, I mean, when I worked at Arriva selling these, I lost deals because of that door, because people couldn't quite understand why there were two doors on the near side but no like offside door. Well, the reason is, if you'd have put the door, because of where everything is with the drive line, if you'd have put the door on the other side, you'd have been 2 seats less, you'd have been 32 seats. So one was capacity, and the other really for me is, this is the sort of vehicle, or not the sort of vehicle you'll be sending all over Europe. You know, it's nippy around cities, and if you're unloading, let's use London as an example, you know, you're unloading technically where you shouldn't, traffic warden comes around the corner. With having two doors like that, it just gets everybody off a bit quicker. We've also got a side mounted wheelchair lift, which I believe this is the first PSVAR compliant MD9 in the UK. So we've got a side mounted wheelchair lift fitted in there. We'll get on at the front, and as we jump on board, 34 reclining seats with 3-point seat belts, leather piping and headrest inserts. These seats also have sideways movement and trays to the seat backs. There are double USBs at every seat. They're in the racks just there, as you can see. We have a rear floor mounted toilet, and as I previously mentioned, hot drinks facility. Vehicle's fully air conditioned. It's a Spheros system. Carpet to the aisle. Now, interestingly, we have 5 double seats on unwind tracking. Okay, quick release tracking. That gives us space for 3 wheelchairs. So we're, you know, the majority of your PSVR conversions tend to just have a couple of double seats that you can take out and 1 wheelchair. This has 4, so that'll be 24 seats and 3 wheelchairs. We're wired for DVD with 1 drop down monitor at the front. We're also wired for CCTV. These little Thames, well, and big Thamesas of this era, I know they've gone back to the dipping process now, but these are stainless steel built, so there shouldn't be any corrosion issues. You know, I love these little things, and I think I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When I worked at Arriva, if we were going anywhere where we were doing an exhibition and we had to take a vehicle, there'd be one of these, there'd be a big Temsa, there'd be a Van Hool. I would always throw my bag on the MD9 because these are one of the most pleasant vehicles you will ever come across to drive. They're comfortable. The lock on them is phenomenal. They'll turn in a lane end. The dashboard, look at it, it's well set out. Everything is exactly where you need it to be. You know, these are a proper little coach. And we've got to remember these days, there isn't a lot of options when it comes to smaller vehicles and PSVAR compliance. You know, there aren't many vehicles out there that tick the box. Obviously, we've got the courier seat there. We've got LED destination displays to front, side and rear. We've lane departure warning. We've automated emergency braking system. There aren't many boxes this doesn't tick. It is a proper little coach. And it's a proper little coach that is PSVR compliant. And as I said, not many of those around. So to recap, this is 2016 on a 66 registration. Temsa MD9 Lux 34 seat PSVAR compliant executive coach.